Welcome, this is Daddy HK here, and next to me we have Dougal, second in command. Wave Dougal. Hey!
That would be me.
Now, today this is supposed to be episode 3. We've had a lot of weird things happening since then. I'm not even going to get into that mess. We're just going to go and get straight on to the building and the mining portion of the show. Of course, once this episode is complete, we're going to have 2 more episodes that are all going to be put out on Saturday, so technically today. Dougal is going to be basically our pilot, and you're going to be seeing more of him. He's actually really good at piloting so far that I've seen. He's great.
I haven't crashed yet.
No, yeah, he hasn't crashed yet. Unlike someone. We will not name him. But unlike that person that unexpectedly crashed 2 ships. Yeah. Today we're going to test out the new ship. We need to name her, by the way. She needs a name. Other than that, let's get right on to it and have a little fun. Thank you.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay. What we got? Go ahead and get my crosshair back on here. Crosshair. Okay, we need to go outside and go mining, right?
Yeah.
Should be a get a drill. I don't need that mess.
Yeah, I think we've also got a kind of tunnel in the asteroid that we can hide the ship in for a meteor cover.
Yeah, yeah. Because we've actually had a couple close calls with meteors. Yeah, take us out. I need to get a chair, but other than that, we have time.
Yeah, we need that second station. I'm just looking actually. I think there is a bit of debris around the entrance to the asteroid.
Yeah, I may
be being cleared.
It's gonna need to be cleared. I can go outside and go take care of that.
You fancy doing that?
If you can get a console ready.
Yeah.
Use the cult consoles and just get a standard one. It doesn't have to be as flashy as yours is.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Whoop, you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm perfectly fine.
What's happened?
I totally didn't walk outside and completely forget to close my visor. Totally didn't do that. That is the truth. It is not really the truth, but it's close enough.
Nobody saw it. It didn't happen.
No, people saw now. People saw. They know. So I don't even get why I'm trying to hide it. So forget it. That was a weird. Let me see. There's a little bit of debris. I don't think this is gonna really get in the way, but that top debris will. This one will. You've got to go. Ooh. Come on. I don't know if people know, but once you get the debris down and there's still flakes of it still there, it's still considered a part of physics. So if your ship hits this little tiny, minuscule portion of it, it will rip your ship in half.
See what happened with me? I found that there was a tiny voxel. I mean, a really, really small one.
Yeah.
And I was going full speed, but my landing gear was on auto lock, and it skimmed past the voxel, and it brings you to an instant stop.
Stop. Yeah. I mean, it's still being affected by physics. So long as that's there, and especially if you run into it, oh, good God, have mercy on your soul.
I think they should make, once it becomes under a certain size, make it a free floating object.
Yes, that would make so much sense. Oh, there's a lot of debris out here. Some of it is just going to be maneuvering around it. I'm trying to clear as much of it as I can, but some of these voxels are just sticking out.
It's the kind of thing, as I'm bringing the ship in, I can keep it really, really slow, so we can dunt off it, rather than It come right through us.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much it. We got the silicone and the ice is actually external of the asteroid, so we know where that is. This is really just right there. It's the uranium. I have no idea where that is. I don't know if it's external, if it's internal. It looks like it's external. Yeah. So this is going to be easy mining right here.
Excellent.
It'll be easy mining. We can just go ahead and fly the ship inside and have it safe. I don't know if getting it flying straight through the asteroids is going to be a good idea because there's just too much on the
Bit
other
too much
side.
debris there.
Yeah, a bit too much. And it's not small debris, it's just these huge bits of
Oh, they're
rock.
quite large when you get close.
Yeah, they're quite large. I mean, and they're just protruding outwards. Not a good idea. We really would be calling the Wrath of Clang if we do
We're
that.
asking for trouble.
Yeah. Oh, something warped in. But that ice and silicone and uranium being where it is perfect. Just perfect. All we need now is a bit of magnesium and maybe a little bit more gold, and I would be comfortable building a arc reactor.
Nice.
Very comfortable. So let me. Oh, I need to go inside. I need to work on some of the programs too, because the airlock is actually not geared out. If you know what I mean. It's. I have to rename the doors. What is it? It's EX, right?
Oh, something weird's happening. Yeah, your seat kills me. That's not good.
Oops, didn't mean to do that.
Oh, I know what it is.
Oh!
Right, I've just noticed something with this console.
What happened?
It's airtight.
What?
If you have your helmet off when you sit in it, you want to have a seat and see if it just happens to me, but without your visor closed.
I don't want it. I don't want. Okay.
The seat of death.
Okay. No, not doing that. No. No, I'm good. I'm so good. Not doing that. Let's use a different one.
That's the same one as the front.
Yeah, that is the exact same one as the front, but for some reason that one is bugged out. We're not doing that. I'm good.
Let's try this.
Wait, is the front one set as the main? I don't think I set that.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it's main cockpit. Well, I don't even have my torch. I'm over here watching you. I could have actually helped.
It's actually the same on this one. I wonder if that's a norm and I've just never noticed before.
No, it's probably just a bug. Try your seat.
I suppose it's that, yeah.
Yeah. Try your seat. It shouldn't do that to you. You good?
No, this one's fine. Yeah.
It's probably because you built that and it doesn't like you, and I have to build it. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying. Just saying. I built this, and you're not dying. You built this, you die. Ooh, and there's a smuggler's legacy that just warped in.
Inbound.
And a meteor storm. Let's move.
Heading this way.
Yeah, let's move inside. Ooh, good God, no! Good God, no! Not doing that. Helmet on. There we go. I don't know what happened. I don't know why it's doing that. It's bugged. I call hacks. Oh God, those asteroids were close to us. We almost got hit.
How clear was the entrance here?
The entrance is 100% clear. You can go
Nice.
ahead in. It's the other side of the entrance that it would be a little difficult to
That's
get
cool
out.
looking back out.
We're good on the bottom. We're good. We're good. Oh, watch out for the antenna. We need to. Yeah, I'm gonna go cut that antenna off. Go put a different one on. Nah, I'm done with it. I'm gonna save before I do that. And get my grinder. Rename this before I do that, actually. Ooh. Yeah. I did do that, didn't I? I renamed the doors wrong. Interior, and that should be correct.
That'd be the airlock functional.
Yeah, the airlock should be functional. Yep, it's 100% functional. Yep, we're good to go. Airlock's good. Oh, I'm low on oxygen, but other than that, I should be able to get a little bit of work done. Let's get this antenna going. Ooh, it's gonna be a little weird. You're weird. We'll stick it here. This will work for now. Asmus, I don't know how you come up with some of the ideas that you come up with, guy, but I'm loving this antenna. I'm loving some of the mods that this guy has.
I've never actually used them, and I don't know why, because they always look really good. There's a kind of set of like industrial kind of style.
Yeah, they're very pretty. I mean, have you seen the antenna?
Aye, they are, aye.
Have you seen the antenna?
Not yet, I've just found the uranium. It's on the outside. I'll grab some of that and check out on the way back in.
Yep. It has a nice little cubbyhole where it is. I love that little cubbyhole portion of the ship. It's perfect to put batteries right there. It really is. Let me grab a little bit of silicone, and then I'll go move for the ice. Need a little bit more gold. We need platinum, something serious. We can't even make shields without platinum.
I will need to find a good supply.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to be able to put a large shield generator on here. I don't think the reactor is going to be able to handle that. Maybe a small. That'll work. Yeah.
Oh, nice! It's like the small ship antenna.
Yeah, but it has that 50-kilometer range on that thing. It's
sweet.
It's really sweet. Damn, 50K. You don't really need it to be at 50K, so tone that down a little bit. There we go. Okay. Did a quick save. Let's get these resources in. That's another thing that needs to be built. We need an external access to the inventory, so we don't have to go.
Good thinking.
Yeah, so we don't have to go inside the ship every 2 seconds that we go mine ore.
We could temporarily put a cargo container on one of the external ports that you left.
Oh yeah, that'll work. I wanted to try to save one of those ports for the testing out that idea you brought up last time with the arc reactor. Kind of wanted to like put an advanced rotor right there, put a small rotor, and then a small advanced rotor with rotor head, and
and try the smaller one.
Yeah, to see how much power the small one is able to produce.
Yeah.
Ooh, we need some Ray Ray. We need a lot of this, actually.
Quite a decent patch here.
Yeah, we're good on that. Actually, this is a pretty good size. It's not bad at all. And let's not forget, we actually have a lot of space on the ship. A lot of it. And we also need to install Tim in one of the free servers.
The server racks, are they prog blocks?
Yes, they are the programmable blocks, and they have apparently you don't need a timer block for those server racks.
You were saying that earlier.
Yeah. Once you put the server rack on there, you just put the program in, and you can set how many ticks that the program run, or how many times the program runs in a second. So it's actually really cool. I'm glad whoever the creator of the server racks did that, because it's called the frequency, how many times that the program runs in one go. Get the LCDs and actually get those coded out. LCD.
Looks like server rack 3 is the spare.
Yeah, server rack 3 is the spare. We actually have a little bit more room. We can put another server rack if we need to. I don't think we do, but we can. Inventory. This is gonna be inventory. ANV. Oops, did that wrong.
Server rack 3 now has Tim on it.
Can you grab one of the small cargo containers and have that set to uranium and Tim?
Yep.
So all the uranium that is getting cooked up should be going there instead, and the large reactor needs to get shut down for something else. I don't know what to put that as. The large LCD, I don't know what to put it as. I'll just coming back. I'll probably just make that the power, or the power and damage block screen. No, I want the damage block screen to be in the bridge, along with the jump charge timer.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that just makes more sense. If you have one LCD in your bridge that has how much charge it takes for your jump drive and how many blocks are damaged on your ship, makes sense.
Yeah.
And have another one, because I also have the script for the shield overlay when you have the shields on, that tells you the percentage of shields that you have left. It's just a straight percentage. Nice little blue bar. It's great. What else is it gonna bug with? The reactor. Large reactor needs to have the conveyor system shut off on it. Otherwise, it's just gonna eat all of that uranium.
Yeah.
And now the reactor is cooking nothing but uranium. There we go. Oh, I gotta do the same to this. Something just warped in. Yeah, because it's providing power now, and I don't want it to. Turn it off. Okay, we're good. Let me save one more time. And jump in the cryo. There we go. We have a bit of stuff that we have to work with, and that's only because I tore a lot of stuff down in the ship to make room for the server racks and stuff. There's also something else that I wanted to do. Yeah, let me. What was it? Yeah, there we go. Helmet on. Oops. I'll have to fix that. That's what's warped in. Okay. For my viewers out there, I think he's working on Tim right now.
Yeah, let's see.
Tim, yeah,
rename thing.
Yeah, Tim needs a little bit of tender loving care at the beginning. Otherwise, he's gonna be a little butt, not do what you want him to do. What else does this need? Computers? I think that's it. Nope, interior place. Okay, we should be pressurized again.
Excellent.
Yep.
Yep, it's filling.
Now, here comes the weird part. I'm gonna move the gravity generator.
Yeah, I'm going outside for that one.
Yes, like I said, it's gonna be a little weird. This has the potential to go really bad, really fast. Okay, and it didn't. Nope. Nope, it didn't. I'm not claiming any cling. No cling. There we go.
Do you mind if I temporarily put a connector on the outside for dumping cargo back in?
Are you gonna put it on the starboard side?
I'm on starboard now.
Then absolutely go ahead and we can just leave that out there.
Excellent.
That'll work actually. A nice little connector we can jump into. Oh god, yeah.
It just saves coming through the airlocks each time.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Yeah, yeah, that'll work. Absolutely. Now, the one thing we've said like 6 or 7 meteor storm, 6 or 7 times already is we need cameras. We need some cameras, bro.
We keep forgetting the cameras.
I know, so I'm gonna work on that. Camera. Where are we gonna put it? Save again because I'm getting paranoid. We
Always
just need. Yeah, it's always a good call. If you're a little worried about anything, save. If you're worried Kling is going to rape all of your dreams, save. Before you do it.
Happen.
Yeah, it's just save. Save before it happens, because when it happens, you're gonna wish that you did save. Because this happened to us like what 3-4 times. Oh no, we're saving. Screw that noise. Save. Save. Okay, I'm gonna put a camera on both the port and starboard sides of the bridge, and then I need a block actually. Actually, I don't need that block. I need armor block. I wish I could use these half blocks, but they won't work with what I'm doing right now.
What's that?
I have the half blocks installed.
Like, the slabs?
Yeah, I have the slabs installed, and
I just installed them the other day. I've not used them yet.
They're great for having a little recessed portion of your ship.
Yeah.
But that only works like in certain situations. Right now, it would be pointless to have a little block sticking up there. But having this nice little, very tiny edge piece right here will work. With a camera. There we go. Okay, oh, and the camera is not facing the right way. That is my fault. I did not look. Now it is.
Many a time I've had to dock my ship back to front.
I know, man.
Stick
I need
the camera on and no noticing.
Not even noticing that it's upside down, and that actually really affects how you see the world through a camera. Mind you, we have pan zoom, but even with pan zoom, it's still a big thing. That's a heavy armor block. I didn't know the sides of the. Oh well, that does make sense. The bridge is decked out with a little bit of heavy armor. I'm okay with that.
Is it supposed to be light?
I didn't know. I thought it was light. Honestly, I thought most of the ship was light armor, and I thought the legitimate core of the ship, which is in the rear, that had the reactor and the jump drive, was the only part that had heavy armor in it. Guess I was wrong. There's probably multiple sections that have heavy armor. I'm cool with that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Safety. Because we don't have any shields right now. So, yeah. That's a thing.
My kind of standard practice for like my main ships. Like I've actually got one ship that I've been using since I started Space Engineers. I think I've clocked up over 1,000 hours now. And what happened? It was quite early on when I was playing, and I knew what I was doing, but it was still kind of fresh to me. I got stuck on the moon on one of the ice caps, and there was just ice everywhere, and I thought I was going to die. And I managed to scrape up some solar panels and just get the basic resources going to stay alive. And I was stuck there for maybe about 3 weeks, real world time. So my ship ended up completely hydrogen powered, total hog, a complete hydrogen hog. And it was simply because there was so much ice everywhere. And I've kept that ship and just kept building it as I went along, and it's kind of huge now. But it's got a complete heavy armor shell around it essentially. I've bumped into a few asteroids when it's not kind of killed it yet. But I'll need to show you this sometime. It's quite good, and that it's been with me for that long that you kind of bond with your ship, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's why I like this design so much. It's like my design. If we're gonna have a large ship, this one is all round. It has hydro, atmospheric thrusters. I can get to and fro from a planet with this old girl, and
yeah.
Even if she's loaded down to the brim. What I found out was if you load up just one of those large cargo containers to the maximum amount that it can handle, and then load the other one up to half, and then all of your small cargo containers to full, she can still reach escape velocity with ease.
I see. That's what you want, because what I did with my one's called the Artemis, And what I did is I was working on it for ages, and it was getting quite big, and I was really needing to work in gravity. You know, sometimes you just need to be in gravity to get certain
Yeah.
things done. So I landed it, continued construction, was at it for a couple of weeks. It was sitting there, and it became too heavy to take off. So what I had to do, well, I didn't have to do, it was a choice. It's imagine a mix between a Klingon ship,
Oh,
the
okay.
Daedalus from Stargate, and the Battlestar Galactica. It's a kind of mix of those three. It's got the head, it's got the neck, it's got the wide body, it's got two retractable engine pods either side. So when they pull in, actually, rather, when you extend them, it's got an extra row of hydrogen thrusters on the engine pods. So they push out and give you the extra thrust that you need to break out a 1G planet.
Oh god, that is kind of sick, man. I
Oh,
like
it's
it. I
nice.
like
Like,
it.
I'll show you it sometime. It's quite good. It's always a work in progress. It's one of the always working on it.
That's great.
Well,
Ah,
I actually had a wee bit of problem with engine pods in that there was always a one block gap. Otherwise, the edges would grind next to each other. And it
see,
just
you could have cut
sorry.
that down if you had the half blocks.
Well, that I see. I had thought of that, but they came up with a solution before I got the half blocks. I actually saw the half blocks on one of Shack streams, and I thought, oh, I'm going to grab that. That's quite good. But I'd already started my solution, and my solution was another completely overcomplicated solution, where I've called them pod caps. Where what happens if you imagine again kind of Battlestar Galactica with these engine pods extend to the body of the ship. There's a cap at the front, and there will be at the rear, although I've not started building it yet, where the cap slides forward, and then the engine pod extends. Engine pod retracts back in, and then the cap slides back to cover the gap again. So it's a hell of a lot of pistons. But I can't actually see, as long as you orientate your pistons right, because there's that crazy physics bug with the orientation. I find they work perfectly fine. Where I did have a couple orientated wrong, where if I moved the engine pod, it blew up and span around and did some really crazy things. But since I found out about that, and then switching on the pivot option on the info tab, and as long as you align all of get like the orientation of all of the pistons matching each other, it works perfectly fine.
Okay, cool. I never thought to do it like that. I really didn't, but
Well, I hadn't either, because I was looking at these and I had three horizontal pistons for each engine pod, and they used to work fine. It worked great.
see, that's how
And
I
then
would do like my engine pod. But I mean, my ship designs aren't really all that great as it is. But I'm a very poor builder.
I tend to go kind of. A real engineer would probably slap me on how overcomplicated I go with some of the things on mine.
Nah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's like, will it move? Will it get to point A to point B? Yes. It'll be fine. Put a little bit of aesthetics in it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I kind of like that. Like I'd seen a post a while back where somebody had they were getting kind of uppity with somebody else, and they were like, my designs are all about being practical, where another guy was talking about them looking nice. And I kind of thought to myself, I was like, is there any reason you can't have both?
There
How
is
about
no
looking
reason.
great and working brilliant? Like, where with my one, what I've done is I've tried to have it so you can't see the engines. So inside the engine pods, there is actually firing engines. You do not want to be in here when this thing is moving.
Yeah,
It is
and
fire everywhere.
yeah, what we discovered
And that's
is
how I did it with that one.
yeah. So long as it's 4 blocks, it should be good. If
Yeah,
the
well,
yeah
what I had done at the time, it was the thruster damage was at 3 blocks, so that's what I went with. So I'm hoping they've not changed anything and it's not exploded recently. So all's good so far.
I think it's 4 blocks now. I don't
Oh
know.
no, I'm gonna have to change so much.
I believe it is 4 blocks. If memory serves, It is 4 blocks, and we have thruster damage on this, so
Oh, you've got to have thruster damage on.
you got. I mean, it makes sense. You can't just like be right next to the thruster, and you can't have a bunch of stuff right next to the thruster. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But if you know the arc of your thrusters, you can have them all lined up relatively nice. That
Yeah.
actually that has some real world implications there, of course. But so long as you know the distance to which the thrusters won't overheat or burn or damage anything else, sure you can do it like that. It wouldn't be
Yeah, well,
typical,
I
but
saw them talking on the Keen forums about the thruster damage, where they were talking about the heavy armor shouldn't damage kind of thing, and I was kind of thinking about it, and I was like, no, you should have damage, and then I kind of my brain swapped over and says, no, you shouldn't have damage with that. And what made me think it is when I had landed my ship and changed the engine pods to have those, because it was initially just weapons behind the extending pods. And when I changed it to have the extra hydrogen thrusters,
mm-hmm.
when it eventually took off, it had taken off from a landing platform that was heavy armor, and it absolutely destroyed the heavy armor landing pad just with the thrusters that had taken off.
Doesn't
And
make
that
any.
kind of,
I mean, no offense. I don't think the heavy armor block should take that much damage.
well, that's what I thought. It was after seeing that I thought, no, they probably should tone down the damage on the heavy armor. Maybe even have it so it does damage it ever so slightly, but only to a tiny, tiny extent. Kind of forcing you, say, you've got a base with an active landing pad.
Yeah.
So maybe every month you have to do maintenance on it, but not every single time somebody lands their ship there.
Yeah, man. I'm not okay with that. I mean, I understand what Keem was trying to do,
Yeah.
make it more survival, which I believe it. They did a good job, but you need to tone down the damage on the thrusters. It just doesn't make
Yeah.
any sense sometimes. Light armor blocks, I absolutely am okay with. It makes
Yeah.
sense. Those blocks are not designed to take that much damage or damage really, but
Yeah.
the heavy armor blocks, they are designed to take a beating.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
I mean, a little bit of thruster damage shouldn't be enough to wrinkle them, crumple them, or just destroy them to the point in a few seconds of being exposed to the heat.
Exactly. Aye, that's it.
Then I mean, what's the difference between heavy armor and heat shielding? Well, you would think heavy armor would be typically your heat shielding, right?
Yeah,
I mean, no
aye,
offense,
that's it.
but I mean, you would use the light armor as the base for construction, and heavy armor as the type of heat shielding. Just makes sense.
Well, aye, exactly. That's exactly what I do with my ship. It's got that external shell that is purely about protection, and then inside it, it's all light armor where needed.
Where it needs to be, but I'm not seeing that with this, and I'm thinking it's a
Yeah,
little
I
OP.
think they've got a few things that they need to balance out a wee bit.
Also, this something else that needs to be fixed is the accuracy of the gravity on the planets, and I'm kind of picky with that because Mars's gravity is only 1/3 of Earth, not 0.9. It's literally.
Is it 0.9 in the game?
Yeah, it's 0.9.
Is it?
Yeah.
I never even noticed.
Whereas the moon's gravity is 0.8.
0.25.
Yep. Yeah, you're right. My bad. 0.25. So, if the moon and Mars are, I mean, their gravity are actually, it's very close together in real life. From our moon to the gravitational pull of Mars, they're really close to each other. 1/3 and like a quarter of what our gravity is. So it doesn't make any sense that it's 0.9 on Mars. It's not accurate.
Yeah.
And I can understand why they didn't go like that. Typically, Mars is only a couple 100,000 kilometers wide. It's not as big as Earth. It's really close to the size of Earth, but it still only has 1/3 of the gravity of Earth. It's not as dense as Earth is. Density wise, Mars and Earth is really dense. Mars is not.
Because you really need to, in the game, you really need to feel the difference and know that you're on another planet without the bright orange kind of making it obvious.
Yeah. That's why whenever I do planets and there's a mod in there that I add that no one has been able to absolutely see just yet because I do pretty good. I'm decent at planetary landings, but
Yeah.
I tend to have the trajectory mod and the deadly trajectory mod. My bad. Installed to where if you come in a little too fast or in the wrong trajectory, your ship is going to burn. It will catch on fire and burn. If you love your ship, learn to pilot.
Definitely.
I have burned so many ships. I've set them ablaze so many times. To where
I like that, Ken. There's it does get to a kind of point when you're playing kind of normal single, like vanilla single player. The challenge just disappears, and it becomes very, very easy. But
it makes
I like. Well, what I was going to say there was a game relating to the ship that I'm using just now. I think twice about taking that onto a 1G planet.
Oh,
yeah, I've
man.
got the extra thrusters there to do it, but it's will I get to the ground before I use all my fuel?
Yeah.
Kind of thing, yeah. So what I did is I found an asteroid that was just in no more outside Earth's gravity, and I've built an outpost there and called it Pulse Outpost. It's like your last lifeline kind of thing before you make it to the planet, and I've put like shuttle pads there, repair bays, that kind of thing. Eh? The idea being is if you've got a ship that's too large and you think twice about landing the thing, you can dock it at Pulse Outpost and take shuttles down to the surface.
Yeah.
So I kind of like I kind of like it where you've got to really think, should I attempt to land it with this one?
Yeah.
It'd be more like that in reality as well, like, and you wouldn't really have a ship, unless we're talking Star Trek style kind of thing, that'll do all jobs. And you would need your kind of hydrogen-based one for ferrying up and down, your ion-based one in space, and so forth like that. Eh?
Not just that, it's the realism. The space engineers, they do a decent job. No, I can't even say decent. It's pretty good. They do a pretty good job at the realism of the game, and having that mod installed that give you what a normal astronaut would have to deal with if he screws up his trajectory coming into a planet. Our planet, you're gonna catch on fire. You're gonna burn. I'm not saying that as that no one should attempt to use the mod. The mod is great. It adds that extra layer of survivability that anyone that wants to learn how to pilot a ship, in a large ship, into getting into into the atmosphere or landing on a planet, it's the best mod to do it, man. It's the best way to get your piloting skills up there, especially when you're trying to go to and fro from a planet. Some things that a planet has that can't deny. Having a nice little outpost inside of a planet side gives you a sense of home. Where else? This is why I don't think I'm gonna take the solo the rolling solo series too far without not having a planet. And I have a couple of FPS friendly planets I'm going to use, and they're very pretty.
Yeah.
But their gravity is on par with Earth's, so landing this would be a little bit difficult when she's loaded. She can get to and fro, but would be very difficult when she's fully compacted down. So we may need to build like a station and then shuttles.
Yeah. See, I like that though, and if it was too easy to land, it just wouldn't be the same.
Yeah, I mean she can. Don't get me wrong, she can do it. But do you want to risk your main source of transportation and gaining resources?
That is exactly how I think when it comes to my big ship.
Yeah.
I think that's how we should think when it comes to our ships.
Yeah, because I don't want to risk losing the biggie. I mean,
Aye,
she needs a
exactly.
name.
That's it.
We need to come up with a name for her, but other than that, building a couple small ship shuttles, yeah, it's cheap. It's nothing. It's literally nothing. Uh, and what I found is you can actually build quite a bit of you could build a single pod shuttle with just atmospheric thrusters and ions and come to and fro from the planet.
Yeah.
Because once you reach a certain point, the atmospheric thrusters are useless.
Aye,
But
that's right. Aye.
but the ion thrusters start to begin to become useful. So you will continue to gain a bit of thrust, and of course you're going to have that gravitational drift. You're still being affected by the gravity, but you're still moving in that direction to the point to where the ions will just kick on and bring you the rest of the way. It's
Yeah.
a ingenious design, and very cheap to make. Very cheap to make. Uh, Especially considering it uses small ship parts.
Yeah. See, with the name, with the ship's AI being Aura, would that no be a suitable name? Because
Well,
essentially the ship is her body.
you got a good point there. We could yeah, we could just name her Aura, and
It's a good name.
it's a good name. It's a good name. Perfectly doable. We can do that. We'll just name her Aura. Because AS1 Explorer is not a great name. It's like something.
That's how it would come off the production line.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not a good name.
it's code designation.
So we're just going to name her Aura, and